Oh, can we steal somebody else's theme song? I guess. It's not the pop-up show. That was 2 days ago.
It is the Freestyle Fridays.
More fire, more spark. Alright, so we are here and you are not. So we're not going to talk a lot and we're going to wait for you to show before we go. What's happening? Thank you for joining us. Welcome to the Freestyle Friday show. And I believe, are you a first time viewer there? First time tuning in with us? The name is definitely not familiar. Thanks for tuning in. This is Freestyle Friday. This is also apparently Unfocused Friday because I don't know what she's doing. She over here.
No, I'm putting the announcement.
Doing her taxes. No. Whatever. She's doing something. She ain't filed her taxes yet.
I'm putting it out on Facebook. We didn't do our normal announcement, so. Yeah,
that's true.
That's what I did.
I did post something though. Yeah. So if you are a first time viewer, if you're still there, don't know if you are, but if you are, and for anybody else who joins, this is our Freestyle Friday show. We allow guests to request, not guests, but we allow people who are watching, viewers, to jump in if they want to get on and talk to us about how their week is going, what they drinking, what they thinking. We drink. This is the happy hour show.
Yes.
So
But today we have a plan.
Yeah, we do.
We
definitely do. And we need the usual suspects to show up too to be in the house.
No, they'll be here.
All right, cool.
So first thing we could do is announcements, just to say who we are. This is Black Folks Foundation. And we, as Matt said, we have 2 shows. Today is Freestyle Fridays. On Wednesday, we do the pop-up show at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we are tell them what we are, babe. Because I'm getting tongue-tied.
A couple? We are married?
Yeah, we married. And we have a non-profit. Well,
why does it sound like the $64,000 pyramid? Like
I don't know, because this is weird.
In the summer we do, and then you do this with your feet.
Just give the whole spiel about what we actually do.
We are the Black Fathers Foundation.
Yes,
we are a funding organization currently fiscally sponsored by Strong City, Baltimore. Exactly. We are an extension of the Facebook group Black Fathers, which I founded. These bugs founded in 2008. We're now upwards of 71,000 members, and in 2019 my wife and I decided to create the foundation.
You got that damn lie.
And so we are a funding organization to fund other organizations, individuals, and families. Come on, face, blah. And we also create partnerships and working to create a network of organizations across the country that work with black men and their families so that we can collaborate on events and other activities. We also help sponsor them in different ways and fund them. And then we also do content such as what you see here in the Freestyle Friday Happy Hour show.
And this is a very casual show. There is no rhyme or reason. You don't know what you're going to get because most of the time this show flows through the comments that come through. So every week we talk about stuff, different things. We talk about fatherhood. We talk about parenthood. We talk about relationships. We talk about mental health. We talk about current events. We talk about entertainment. We talk about all of that. So so the conversation goes off of that. Hopefully tonight is not dry because what we want to do is have a conversation about current events.
Yeah.
And that is Mr. Kanye, but I'm not talking about any.
Oh.
Yeah. Ooh. I'm not talking about Mr. Kanye.
No, we're not.
No, we are not talking about that. We are talking about mental health.
I gotta do something. Ray, what up? I gotta do something. Don't this look like, I don't know, did you ever see V for Vendetta?
Listen, sis, sir.
You might not have seen it. Hey, what's happening?
Hey, Ray. So today we don't necessarily have a topic. There's a few things that I want to touch on. Mental health being one of them. I would like to also talk about school, because I think that came back up.
Wait a minute.
Hey, Greg.
That's not Ray. That's Shay. Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, that is Shay.
Yeah, because I was going to say, who the hell is Ralph? I didn't know Ray knew of Ralph, but that's Shay. That's right.
Oh, hey, family. Oh, you about to be on this side of town.
Yeah, it was about to be neighbors. Short. It was good.
And hey, Greg. So
Don't y'all want to jump on the show and talk to us? Come on live.
How exciting
and
it
tell
is
us exactly how exciting it is
across town
to
the east side.
civilization, baby. Yeah, welcome to
Yeah.
civilization, shorty.
You can't say that.
I can't say that.
Woodlawn ain't bad. Kaysville not bad. These are good places.
Look, let me do what I do. Welcome to civilization, shorty. East Baltimore. That's what it is. That's
Whatever.
right.
Okay.
All right.
I'll let you
go
have it. Anyway, so today we're going to be talking about a couple of things. There's a couple things I want to touch on. But in current events about what has actually just happened, we just got back from the mall.
Oh, yeah.
And I had the heebie-jeebies. Because I wasn't planning on going to the mall. What I was planning to do is get my toes done because I am in the realization that we will be in here for a while again. And my eyebrows haven't been done since Rao and Shay's wedding. Ain't that something?
Oh, wow.
So my eyebrows have not been done since then.
I didn't know you could do that. Is that
I
new?
want you to stop fiddling with stuff.
Is that new?
Are we?
Whoa. Oh, hold up. My bad. Oh, that's pretty slick. So we can just leave it up there.
We can just do that?
Yo, that's hard.
I want my braids done.
I did not know you could do that.
Can y'all see that? We learning here. Okay, anyway. So
It
just
says share it with the viewers.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's new. That's gotta be new.
Oh,
Ain't it though?
It is.
Well, while I'm at it, let me show y'all these $10 shoes that's at Macy's in case y'all want to go up there
Oh
and
my
grab
gosh,
some.
you just gonna do a whole sharing screen?
They $10
Not
at
them.
Macy's.
Oh God.
I mean $10 though. Hey,
I'm gonna be buy those.
$10 is $10. I'm
You
just
better
saying.
watch it. That could be dangerous. You could put
They
the
had
wrong
some
picture
others.
up.
I know. Oh, hold on. Let me show y'all this jacket while I'm at it though. I gotta go back and get that jacket. I didn't pick it up, but everybody said it was
He
fire.
asked me that I like that jacket.
It's hard, ain't it? Yo, this is so slick. Like I could share my whole life with y'all while we on this show.
But the
That's
funny
crazy.
part is that you was in the store taking all these pictures.
I know.
All these jacket pictures.
All right, no, let's get back. All right,
Okay,
let's get
yeah.
back
Don't now you shamed. Now you shamed. You going back
I'm not
to
shamed. This is so hard though. This is so super hard.
Alright, anyway, so, you like it? Okay. I said I like it because I feel like I could get a nice wine colored dress to go with this.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, because we be on prom every time we get dressed
Mm-hmm.
up. Anyway, so I went there to go get my toes done and apparently went there to go shopping for next year's gala.
Yeah.
And, and I was so, the air was thick, the ventilation was bad. And when I looked around, I just saw people that looked like us. And I just like, well, why are we the only ones at the mall? Why are we the only ones at the mall?
And at the Louis Vuitton line at that.
It was a line for Louis Vuitton?
It was a whole long ass line for Louis Vuitton.
So,
and people had a bunch of people.
Stuff. We need toilet paper.
And a bunch of people had bags like they was returning. So I'm trying to figure out what happened. Like they didn't get that second stimulus yet, so maybe they was like, all right, I don't know, like I gotta take this bag back because that second stimulus check ain't come through yet or something. I don't know.
I'm not really understanding that. I was really, and nobody understood social distancing, so that was kind of making me mad because not only was I just there to do a tuck and roll, like I was in there to get in, get out, because I had to get my eyebrows done, get these toes right. I'm gonna be in here for another probably 6 months. The last time I got my stuff done, I was going to Rel and Shay's wedding. And that's the last time I had myself together. Everything else been homemade, homegrown. So, but I was just really disgusted and I was ready to run out of there. And even though I have to go to BJ's after this and I have to go to the market after this, I took a shower because I wanted to get that off of me. And yeah, I want y'all to stay home. If I can say anything, please wear your mask. And please, essentials. Even though I wasn't out for essentials.
You be saying that. Like, she said when we came from Boston, we was going to quarantine for 2 weeks. You think we've been in this house straight one day? Like,
I've
one
been
day,
in the
man.
house. You have been the one going out.
We went to IKEA, y'all. Don't play me like that. Come on.
That was essentials. Layla had to have her dad's. That's what I'm talking about. These
All right,
essential items. Anyway.
Whatever.
All right, so yeah, can we take that picture off? Cause
Wow. All right. I think we can. I guess no picture. Fine.
All right.
I thought it was incredible myself, but yeah.
So anyway, so we got a couple people in the room. So y'all want to start talking about this whole
and
thing?
please disregard my drunk neck. I normally don't do this, but I mean, I guess it's appropriate because it's the happy hour show, so I might as well have a drunk neck collar. You know, it's fitting. B, what up? Don't you want to jump in with us? I know you want to talk, not Kanye. I know you want to talk about
you can't talk
situations. And I don't know if you responded to my message, or my post, not my post, but my reply. Sorry, I'm drinking. But what I said about talking to your pops. Yeah, what I said about talking to your pops. We would love to have him on the pop-up show. I think that would be awesome because I know you told me like 20 years ago, talk to your dad, and I never did. But all right, that's all good. But I definitely would love to have your father on the pop-up show and have a great conversation with him. So yeah. All right. So.
Okay. Oh, we forgot something before we get into the conversation. We drinking rosé. I'm drinking rosé.
So here we go. Here it
did.
is. This is what she has, the rosé with the grapefruit and all that good stuff.
Very refreshing, not sweet.
And this is my new absolute favorite cigar box.
And that one is good too. That's a Malbec.
Yep.
And it's really good. And yes, we day drinking because that's how our week is every week.
But
it's busy.
It's 5 o'clock. And it's not just
wine
5
down
o'clock
Friday.
somewhere. It's 5 o'clock right here. So
usually it's Whiskey Friday, but the day is wine.
Yeah.
We got things to do.
I saw that. I think I said happy birthday, but if I didn't, belated happy birthday to him. But yeah, please, I would love to talk to him. So the only thing, I mean, of course, obviously we're on Instagram. I don't know if he has an Instagram or if he have to jump on your Instagram or what. But however, I would love to have him on the show and yeah, have an interview. I think that would be great. I think that would be. I like Malbec. Did I spell that right? No, you absolutely did not. But it's okay. You try.
It's all right.
You get an A for effort.
It's all right. So, so today I put up a post earlier this week because
bless you.
And I think people got the wrong idea because I think they think I'm gonna go one way when I'm absolutely going to approach this from a different way. So, there is a celebrity that has been in the news. He decided recently that he was going to run for the highest office in the land.
His name rhymes with Wanye.
A voice of it. And so I made a post and I purposely did not make comments about it because again, I'm still trying to find myself with engaging with people on social media because I try to keep it real light. This one over here, he keep it real happy. I keep it real light. But I'm seeing what's going on and I'm sure that you all saw the videos. I'm sure that you all saw the rants on Twitter, on the Twit box. That's what I like to call it. And I see, everybody making comments and I am every time I look at it, my first response is like, brother. I feel so bad for him. And I know the comments are going to roll in. And I know that there's probably going to be a lot of comments that probably a little different than me. But I just feel like this guy just needs somebody in his corner that's going to yoke him up. And I don't mean in a bad way, but that somebody is going to come and just help him out.
Yeah.
I feel like that he has nobody in his corner. He has nobody in business that's helping him to help him. And I think that from his family's perspective, everybody is throwing up their hands.
Yeah.
And they don't know how to deal with it. And I think, and if I could say, my opinion about that is that where your backbone at? Just a little bit. That's how I'm feeling. And I'm just really saddened by it. He's a black man. He has what is that, 4 children now?
Is that many?
I think so. And this is what they're going to see when they grow up. And I feel bad about that. Come on with it, brother.
This is not. I got you. This is not. This is something else. I was thinking when you said 4 kids, and I know one of them is named North, so I was like North, East, South, and then I got to the last one, and that just doesn't really make any sense because would they have a West? That wouldn't make.
Oh, Lord.
Anyway, moving along. I've been.
But
drinking.
just full disclosure, he ain't been. Hey,
what's happening?
Sips, y'all. Don't let him.
I know, but
It's
still,
alright.
that's
It's
what I was thinking. Like that would be wild if they were North, East, South, and West. Anyway,
but full disclosure, we have not. Matthew and I have not had a conversation about this.
No,
not a full conversation.
So what I would say, Bridget said, looks like his wife tried to help.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know anything about that? I don't. I haven't really followed.
I'm glad that you asked, Bridget. I did a lot of screenshotting.
Wait a minute. North in Chicago. They really named the child Chicago?
Yes.
Stop.
And Saint.
I'm done. I'll see y'all later.
And what's the other one?
I'm like SpongeBob.
Oh, Shy was the last one.
I like SpongeBob.
They had
okay,
4.
I'm out. They had 4.
I actually made screenshots of this.
They really.
And this would have been good because we could have put it up on the screen.
Yeah, but just for me, like, just speaking in general, I guess not so much specifically to his case, but just understanding like about mental instability and so on and so forth. Understanding from my own experience, I think it's. Yeah, we definitely got that summertime vibe. It's 100 degrees. It's been 100 degrees like every day here for sure. Song. Anyway, okay. I'm out.
Our producer came down to tell us what the other show's name was. Sorry.
So for me, I think it's important that people do like overall, like all of us really take it seriously and understand, what he's going through. And I know somebody said something about him being a Gemini and so on, but they also say he's consistent. So I feel like he's been consistent as of late in the seeming, the wildness, the craziness as it may be labeled or whatever, and all of this Trump stuff and all of that. But I don't feel like, I can't say like I don't know him, I only know what I see in the media and stuff like that. But I don't feel like it was ever in the past to this level. So obviously something happened, something changed. Now, did he have, his ways in which he did stuff like for publicity and things like that? Mm-hmm. Because obviously some people still think like, he got an album coming out. So like every time he have an album coming out or something, he do all this crazy shit so that he can get the press and the press, not depressed. He can get press and publicity on it. No, I just had to make that clear. I had to make that clear. So he can get press and publicity and all of that around that, so everybody's talking about that. But I really, at this point, I don't know how well that works. Like, Like people are just like, so I feel like to a large extent people are just like tired of it and just feel like it's antics. So I don't know how much that's really selling stuff when you go and you love up on Trump and you do all of this stuff and it's just out of control. I'm not saying like, oh yeah, let me go run out and buy that album because
it work for entanglements,
right? But that's something different. I think he hasn't. I've heard a lot of people say that, and obviously I don't know for a fact, but I know that something. I feel strongly that something changed. This is not just this. I don't feel like this is a publicity stunt. Even though stuff seemingly does happen, like around the times when he has an album or whatever like that. But did y'all find? I didn't look for it. Did you look for the statement? The statement from Kim.
I have it. I did a lot of
screenshots. Go ahead.
So I'm not going to read the whole thing because it was like a 3-page. Generally, when she has something to say, she writes this whole like dissertation on the Instagram stories, and I think that it comes from I appreciated it. I felt like what she said was basically, you all know that he has a bipolar disorder, and that I'm asking you to give us, grace in this situation, and basically just, I could go over a couple points. Let's see. Those who understand mental illness or even compulsive behavior know that the family is powerless unless the member is a minor. I found that kind of funny because you do.
Yeah, you absolutely do.
Yeah, because I think that that was something that stuck out to me, because it feels like that whole, he gonna do what he want to do kind of thing, and there's nothing that we can do. I think that is a strategic move on their part, only because there's so many things that are involved in probably their relationship, in their marriage, in money, and endorsements and all kinds of things that they have that they're involved in. I think that affects it, but I don't really want to get into that because that's the celebrity part of it all. I don't really want to dig into that part. What I want to just say is that part kind of stood out to me, because I felt like if you're in a relationship with somebody, or if it's your child, or if it's anybody, you don't necessarily, depending on where you decide you want to be in that relationship.
Yeah, I feel you.
Because I'm never going to give up on my child.
Yeah.
I'm never going to give up on my husband. Like, these are things that are like non-negotiable.
Yeah, and I think, I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, but I just had a thought that I wanted to get out. Like, I think it's like, she could say that or whatever, but you got children with this person, and obviously, you go back to the things that you said, endorsements, whatever, that's money stuff. But even beyond that, it's like, you got children, this is their father who's putting himself out there in the public. The kids see that, people gonna treat the kids a certain way based on their perception of their father. And I think, for as much as it may be nice to say something now, like, it's been so many times in the past, and you like, well, where was this back then? Plus, I just think, I don't know, but I feel like it's a cop-out, because I feel like if you forceful enough, just like my wife was with me, that's why I'm on meds now, even though I didn't want to be, but I'm on meds now, because she was like, look, you gonna go and you gonna do this, because it was like,
it was not like that.
Look, little niglet, you gonna say no?
I called you little.
No.
I didn't do that.
I'm just saying, but it was basically like, it wasn't like, I won't say it was like an ultimatum, but it was like, look, this is what she made me understand, that this is what I needed to do, and it was imperative to my whole family. So it wasn't even like she called the police and forced me to go to Shepherd Pratt or anything like that, which, you basically can do if you feel like somebody is, a danger to themselves or other people. So to say that you can't do it because they over 18, nah. But anyway, like, I feel like you have to be forceful for the sake of your family, and you can't just kind of halfway care or halfway push them or whatever. You gotta be like fully invested in it, and it's like either you going 1,000 or you going 0. Like, so if you gonna be in it and you want them to be better for themselves, then you gotta go 1,000, and you gotta push, you gotta make it, especially when you have children involved, because that man needs to be able to be a father in full capacity, to his children. So,
and I also, like, aside from the whole mental health of Wanya, I also want to say that I feel like us as the people, we need to be a little bit, like, we need to use our noodle a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we need to know that now, even though the media is where we get the source of our information, we also need to understand that they can't always give us the whole story. They can't give us all of the whole snapshot or the whole event. They're going to give us a snapshot, and generally it's going to be the ones that causes the most sensation, or then it wouldn't grab our attention. We wouldn't sit and read the paper. We wouldn't, if it wasn't a headline. If it's not a headline, then it's not going to be put out there. And I just feel like sometimes as a people, we don't do the deeper digging in order to understand or to see what the full picture is. So now we hear him saying all these crazy things, right? That's just like a snapshot of something. He said, what? He said, what about her? And it's like, sometimes you just got to go a little bit deeper. And I feel like he gets himself in these situations, yes, because by now it should be a situation where it's like, let me think about what I'm going to say. Yes. But you also are dealing with somebody who has a mental situation that is not like everybody's, and we gotta recognize that.
Yeah.
And we need to just dig a little bit deeper, and that's why I said it's always like we spend so much time focusing on one thing and doing like these little blurbs out here on social media and stuff that could be killing that man. So I won't entertain it in that way, but I wanted to use this conversation to say that, one, we don't know how deep his mental state is. And I'm not going to use these ladies over here and what they did on their TV show and all of that kind of stuff to help me judge where this man is. And I'm not going to allow the media to help me form my opinions because I don't know him personally. And I think we all need to do that and give people grace. Like, you don't know their situation. And if we all did a little bit of that, how much things would change.
Yeah.
And that's the exact reason why men don't like to talk about this issue. Because of what we're doing to Wanye.
Well, yeah.
I mean, like, I'm just saying.
I agree. One point I just wanted to bring up was something that I really thought was very interesting, though, specifically about Wanye, is what the good brother Bomani Ahmad said. Like, his default always seems to be that the ancestors ain't shit, though. Like, why? That's just interesting. I don't know if anybody else really noticed that pattern, but he went the first example was talking about slavery was a choice, and then something else, and then the Harriet Tubman business and all of that, and that's just interesting, and I
think his analogies, I want to call them his way of describing certain things, is that he uses.
I know, but understand what I'm saying. I know that he doesn't always say things the best, and a lot of people say that it doesn't always come out in the best way, and he's maybe trying to make a great point, but at the end of the day it still winds up coming back to
it's bad
ancestors wasn't shit. Like, that's what that's something that's really, really interesting.
But as you bring up that point though, Matt, I also want to say, like, the other thing, and y'all don't be out here be like, Kelly out here giving everybody a pass. Don't be like that, because I don't give everybody a pass. But what I do say is that I think a lot of the trigger part for him might be his mother. And we don't hear a lot about that. And he doesn't have he don't, like, I'm not saying his rest of his family is not there, but losing a mother, and if he was this person with a mental situation, right? And his mother was a pivotal piece in holding it together, right? And that person is not here anymore. And then you decide you're going to marry into this family, and they just want to be on display. You remember that song?
I do. Each and every day.
On display.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, so these people want to be out there, and that is not the best thing for him.
Yeah.
So I just, like, I think, I'm thinking that his mom protected him from a lot. And I don't know. Like, I feel like that's a lot of
probably
what it
kept
is.
them really grounded.
Yeah, it kept them grounded. Because I mean, that's a question. You can.
That's huge.
One person that can keep you on the floor.
I agree, and I'm blessed that my mom is still alive and kicking, 76 years old, and I think that I know that could definitely affect me, because my mom is certainly a person who, I don't care who else say what. If I'm in a building and my mother say, take your head off, I'm taking my head off.
Yelled and balked at
Right?
everybody about
I have chewed principals, assistant principals. I have quit a job for an hour because they was ragging me about my hat.
Penny said, take off your goddamn
My mom
hat.
said, take off the hat. My hat is coming off. You heard me.
It was not.
So it is,
I'm not
you
arguing
know,
with you.
that is the power of black mamas. And it's just really something to be said about that without question, that you have that level of respect. So no matter what, that's right, don't mess with Penny. Absolutely not. So you have that level of respect and love and all of those things combined, but they, no matter what, they work to keep you grounded. You know what I mean? If they're worth their, what is it? What's the phrase? Worth salt, something, whatever. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I mean? There's some mothers out here that's whatever. But
I hope I could only be like a Penny one day.
yeah, but I think he went from singing and saying she a gold digger to marrying. You know, it's funny because I said something. It's a song. I can't remember the song, but he was like, "Ooh, she got a plastic booty," and something talking about somebody with plastic surgery and all of that. And then you married Kim Kardashian.
Can somebody tell me that he get
Anyway.
married? Did he get married after or before his mother passed away?
I want to say after, but I don't know for certain. But I'm fully believing it was after.
Yeah, because I'm just like that's what I'm saying. It just, I think if anybody could say it's a point at which this all started happening, I'm going with the mama not being here. That's what I'm saying.
I would agree, and I think I just wanted to like address to Bridget's point about resources. I totally agree, and I know that he can. You know, you got that kind of money, you can do whatever. I feel like, and I don't like to say what any person is able to do, has to do, or anything like that if I'm not in their shoes. Yeah. But I think in a general sense, like as a wife and a mother to your child's father, I think there's got to be some point where you just really, and I will say like ultimatum, at some point it's got to be where it's like, look,
yeah,
Negro, you know, it's this or else, because you just can't go around here doing all of these things and having people, not only having people look at you away, but you're really harming yourself and you're not benefiting yourself. Right. So it has to be a point where, and you know that if you're doing this in the public eye, you know, what are you doing at home? So you have to look at it from that standpoint too. Like, you're not just manic outside. You don't just turn a switch on and be like, all right, I'm gonna be manic in the public in front of a camera. But when I go home, I'ma chill. So it's still shit happening like at home in front of your kids. Like, what's going on?
And I think the resources, I don't know what the exact comment was, but like resources could look different for people, right? Like, we had the resources to go get a therapist, and we have the resources to be able to do it because we got insurance. They had the resources to have somebody come in their house. Yeah, no. They got the resources.
But listen, what I think, I feel like the point she was making was like, he's kind of dodging because he has the ability to, like, if he don't want to deal with it, like, he can jump on a plane and go anywhere, or he can, you know what I mean, whatever.
Yeah, some people do that. I feel
like, correct me if I'm wrong, Bridget, but I feel like that's what you were saying.
There are some people that I know personally that, like, right now, they are suffering because they can't travel and they can't get up and go do the things that they want to do. Not to say that that's a Wanya situation. But people do that to, like, self-medicate in a way. And they go different places, and, like, we're going to say Tim, he could go anywhere he want. They ain't even got to be in the same house. This Joker could be over there. This Joker could be over there. But we don't have to be in this Joker together. We could go other places. I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Jada, I like that saying. I won't call you a Joker from here on out.
All right, cool.
But anyway, but they have the ability to do that, and so he has also the ability to say that he don't want to do it. And and that doesn't mean just because he got money he can do that. People do that every day. They choose not to go to therapy. They choose that they don't want to take medication. They choose that because they can. But if you're in a relationship with somebody, I feel like if you are loving each other, you care for one another, and this is deep, this love is deep, right? Then you should be able to be like, look, this is what you got to do, or this ain't gonna be a good situation that go down. And I mean, it does take some cojones. What they call them? Cojones.
Yeah.
It takes some cojones.
Look, move your hand. Look, stop all that. Oh, you bugging.
It takes them, because I'm gonna be. Matt just told y'all that I gave him. He called it an ultimatum, but it took me a minute to get there. I had to get the cojones to do it. Because I was very afraid that it may backfire. And he might be like, I'm still not doing this, peace. And I'm like, then I'm sitting here. Like,
and that could be her situation too.
Right.
So that's why I don't necessarily want to judge. And like I said, I don't like to tell people what they need to do, ought to do, whatever. But I do think it's important that people, not pointing fingers and saying, Kim, you should or shouldn't, what I mean? But I think at some point in a relationship, you have to think about what, especially not only just in a relationship, but in a relationship married with children, you have to think about what kind of damage is this doing to the children, and can I just let this continue and be silent? Yeah. I think it has to come to a point where no matter what, no matter how you feel, no matter how scared you are, you really gotta put your foot down. And I don't know if this is that moment, or if because the statement came out or what, but I think that really
a professional PA statement. I'm just letting you know. It was just like something on Instagram. I'm not taking it too much.
So I don't know, but I think there has to come a point where you say, look, this is just too much, and it's messing up our family, it's dangerous to our kids, and something has to give. So, and again, I in a real kind of general sense, not saying specific to them, because I understand what people say, it could be a marital agreement where she can't whatever, but I think no matter what, your kids are the most important thing. And if somebody is really doing something that's damaging to them, then you got to draw the line somewhere. And then you even got to think about what it's doing to you, because like obviously somebody going through this, like even for me, I think all the time about how this is affecting her. So if I wasn't, or when I wasn't at that point, she was really thinking how it was affecting her and affected me both. So it was like, I gotta do something for the both of us. I need to help this man, plus I need to, for his own sake, plus I need to help this man for my sake, because I just can't go through this every day, and we're going to continue going down this road for 10, 20 years pretending that nothing is wrong. So I think therein lies a lot of problems when you do that, and you enable a person to not have to deal with their problems. I mean, this man made a whole song, and I actually like this song, but he made a whole song that basically said his bipolarism is a superpower, right? Yeah. Basically, like he basically said that, and I mean, if that's what he wants to believe, then so be it. That's on him. But I feel like
he's a genius.
I feel like that is he definitely knows he's a genius. But
what is the genius that was alone?
All of them. So I mean, basically, the line between genius and insane is like as thin as a hair on your body. Is what they say basically. You know what I mean? So. Yeah, right, so I can feel that, but dang, what was I saying? Go ahead.
I'm just saying. I mean, we can unless anybody else has any comments. I mean, we could definitely wrap it up, and we, in a nutshell, it's basically, don't always judge a book by a media.
That's absolutely correct. I agree.
And I mean, on the behalf of Wanye and Tim, we can't judge it based off of media. I'm not going. Tim. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to judge, and I don't want to worry about somebody who cares nothing about me so much that I'm going to say things that demean a person that is not giving two shits about me.
Yeah.
And I also want to say that we also need to stop this whole cancel culture kind of thing, because I know that there are a lot of people that are doing wrong by us.
Mm-hmm.
But if we continue to be so quick to cancel people off, we never know, we might be canceling the wrong one.
Yeah, because you don't give them. Well, I mean, the minute you cancel them, you don't give them a chance for redemption, right? So I think that's important.
Who are we?
Exactly.
So just like in this time,
what's up?
Everybody is getting canceled. It's like go, and I'm like, no, we can't just be canceling everybody. Like, we just can't do that.
Yeah.
And you just don't know what people like. The reason why these things happen to people and why they act the way that they act comes from a reason, and we don't know what that reason is.
That's very important.
We gotta give people grace. Yeah. I'm just saying. I mean, that's all I'm saying. Like, I just feel like we just gotta give people more. We gotta, you ain't always gotta respond to everything.
That's the truth.
Yeah.
And I think I won't say more importantly than anything, but I think one thing that is very important is like the grace idea, yeah, and especially tied into mental wellness and mental instability. I think understanding that is very crucial, and knowing that it doesn't benefit anybody. Sure, it's nice for laughs and shits and giggles and all of that.
Yeah, but is we gonna live our life off of shits and giggles, y'all?
No.
Like, I can't do that.
No, so I think, memes is whatever. If you want to make memes, you want to do that and make fun and so on and so forth. But I think we really have to have much more compassion for one another when it comes to mental instability, especially as black folks, because obviously we know that's something that's been taboo in our communities. So when we look at it, we have to have sort of nuanced approaches. I've been dying to say that word. Nuanced.
Oh,
nuanced.
Shit. Okay.
Yeah. Nuanced approaches. Yes.
These new words.
Yes. in terms of how we deal with it and the kind of compassion that we show people, because again, as you said, you never really know what somebody's going through, and then especially when you do know, like we understand this is some mental instability going on, right? You don't just toss the man aside knowing that he's going through something, right? So and again, I say that in a general sense. I'm not specifically speaking about this one individual, but I think in general we have to have more love. We have to have more compassion, no doubt about it.
I was watching Pose with Layla last night, and they sung the Stevie Wonder song, and I'm just saying
Stevie Wonder song. Stevie Wonder had like 500 songs.
We need more love.
Love.
We need to get
I swear to God,
yes.
I wish I could
Love's
say
in need of love.
Today, yes.
Because all this hate and all of this evil and all of this, we canceling this person, we not shopping here, we not doing that, we can do all of those things. We can unite as a people and be more smart about how we spend our dollars. We can do all of those things, but we just don't need to bring hate to the table while we doing that. It's not necessary. And I think that if we all just had that in the forefront of our minds, it would just change a lot of things, and we would have more time to get our shit together. Yeah. And come together. But we spent a lot of time trying to come up with hateful things to say.
Yeah.
And those funny things, they're hateful. I think. Some things.
I think
not
some
all
things. Most of them just funny, but I think, do you believe that you should find just like yourself or someone opposite? Okay, that's interesting. It just came out of left field.
Ooh, what's that?
Do you believe that you should find a partner that is just like yourself or someone opposite? So personally,
You just talk about
I don't necessarily think either. I think, I never, and I don't know about you, but I never set out to find someone that was anything specifically. It was just like kind of like feel what works for you and what you like. I think it can be helpful to have somebody who is somewhat opposite because they might bring things to the table that you don't
Right.
and help really bring a balance. I think so. I definitely don't think I could deal with somebody who was exactly like me. I wouldn't want somebody because that would be a fail. That would be an epic fail. If I married somebody who was exactly like me, it would be a whole epic fail. We would not be here right now. We would not be doing this show. We would not be doing anything.
Yeah.
So I think it's got to be a balance. It's got to be some things. Obviously, it's got to be some things in common. Like some things y'all like, the same sort of things. And then some things that you kind of grow into. So she don't have to like all the things I like. She don't go to the woods to sit by the river and do all that. She don't. But that's what I love.
Not them
So
tadpoles.
yeah, no, and she don't want no bugs. I have to kill the bugs. So if we both were scared of bugs, then what would we do? We would have a house infested because we would kill them.
And there would be a lot of screaming and running
Right.
going on around here if he was anything like that.
Right. So
But-
exactly, compliment one another. Yup.
Yes.
Exactly. I
Yes.
love it.
Yin
Thank
and
you.
yang.
Thank you.
It is,
Yup.
we are nothing alike, and I think that is what makes
Nothing.
Yes.
And that's not true,
I
but
said
we
it
are
with-
very.
I said it with Dix should say.
Uh-oh.
I'm just playing. All right. I think that we probably like 20%, 30% on
Yeah,
the same
I think we got
Oh,
a
sorry.
lot of differences.
Yeah, I think that I had to agree with Matt. I if we were a lot alike, it would be bad on either end. Both of us have traits that we both have to pull each other out of. We gotta be like, hey, like get it together, and that's what I can appreciate.
But we both like wine.
That is right. I like that.
We don't necessarily drink the same wine, but we both like wine.
No, I think we. No, I definitely.
I know that I said we don't necessarily like. I don't like that rosé stuff. I don't at all.
Because you don't like grapefruit.
No,
But if I got a regular rosé, actually, hand me that bottle.
I hate grapefruit.
I can't get it. I'm stuck in the couch.
I hate grapefruit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so anybody want to join us or anything? Everybody want to play the background.
Anything else?
Anybody
you
who
want to talk about?
joined late, you're welcome. If you want to jump in and just tell us how your week been, what you drinking, what you thinking. No, but I don't know. We didn't necessarily have any other topics. I think that was the main one.
Well, I did want to talk about school again.
Oh yeah.
And going back to school.
Oh, anybody want to chime in on that?
And shutting down these areas again.
Yeah.
That's what we about to be on shutdown.
Oh.
And this time, I'm not going to be the last one trying to look for a pool. I'm tired of being the last one, being the last one for everything.
It's too late, I know, but one thing that I want to do, what I was just thinking about, what we was talking about. Okay. Here we go.
Hey.
Real quick, I just wanted to say one thing that I was just talking about is how people getting money, like they buying up and hoarding up all this stuff, like bikes and all this stuff, and then reselling it. Like I wish I would have thought about that.
Who's this?
Showtime.
Magic Finger.
All schools in U.S. closing. No, and some.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Can you see me? Or am I is it a little dark? What's going on, guys? How you doing?
Hey, how you?
Hey, what's up, brother? How you doing, man?
Doing well. This is Mr. Dad is not a noun. What's good?
I'm good, man. How you guys doing this Friday? I'm actually at work.
Well, we just hanging, just drinking a little bit,
You drive.
I see. I'm jealous, man. I'm at work right now, so I'm actually in the office. So I don't want to tell where I'm at because I don't want to give them free publicity. So.
Can you tell us about that? Dad is not.
Oh yeah, Dad is not, and now I created 3 years ago. I was actually doing something else. I was doing marketing for Avery Poole, and he created this organization called Date with Daddy, and it was an organization based on single fathers because single fathers didn't get the right representation. And so I was doing the marketing. I was doing all the Facebook, the Instagram, la da da da, and all that in the beginning. And then I started realizing there wasn't anything for like just men of color. Like a lot of the things we were posting were like white males, but nothing like of diversity. So I decided why not create something for men of color, and came up with that is not a noun. I initially wanted to use that as a verb, but that was taken already. And so I thought that is not, and now was cool because it's a play on words. Because I have like a T-shirt that says that is not a noun. Someone looks at it and they start thinking like, it is a noun. I'm like, yeah, I know, but but it caught on, and so it's doing well. Like I got Facebook. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. I started the podcast. I do interviews on YouTube, as well as I have the podcast on Anchor FM. I'm on iTunes. I'm on Google Play. So I'm trying to build slowly, but I'm building, man. And I love what you're doing with Black Panther Foundation, man. You guys are doing great things, as well as I'm looking forward to when you guys are going to do like the next IG interviews, because I enjoyed that too.
Yeah, so we do the pop-up every Wednesday. So I have I created this Calendly, so I can send that to you. So you can pick a date to come on. It's every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern. What area you in?
I'm in PA.
Oh, that's right. You did tell me that. Yeah, so you East Coast too. So yeah, it's 1 p.m. Eastern. So if you're available, I don't know how the work schedule is. But
I'll make it work.
All right, cool. So we can get you signed up for sure. I'll send you that, and you can pick whatever date works for you, because we'd love to have you on to talk more about it for sure.
Definitely, man.
No, I was gonna say anything about the whole Wanye situation.
Like I said in the comment earlier, I think it has to go back to him losing his mom, and I think he has dependency issues because if you remember when his mom was alive, everywhere he went, his mom went with him, and I do believe his mom was his manager too.
Yeah.
And so losing his mom, that was kind of traumatizing for him, and so he's never came back from him. And so if you look at it, the reason why I think he's with Kim again is the trophy wife, but at the same time he's trying to look for that mother figure that he lost. And so,
I mean, Curtis ain't it?
oh, Lord.
Yeah, but she's not it.
No.
So, yeah, it's unfortunate, and I just wish that it was a better situation for him. I just do.
And I think he needs the help, and I think he has good friends. Like I know that one of the stories was when Dave Chappelle took a couple of people to go see him, and that shows that he does have family, he has friends that care about him. But I think he's just trapped into his own self and trying to figure out who he is, because he's been always worrying about what other people think about him. Exactly. Everything he's done for other people, he's never took the time to figure out what Kanye wants. And so I think that's the struggle right now with him.
Yeah, and I know that, like, just speaking for myself, it's incredibly necessary to have people around you who will support you, but also at some point in time you have to accept the help, because you could have 100 people who fly in on their private jets and say, look, brother, you need to do this, you need to do that, but as long as you put them back against it, none of that is really going to mean anything. It's not until you finally accept it and say, look, all right, I do got a problem. And again, I go back to, the song where he basically said, like, bipolarism is his superpower and all of that. And it's like, I don't know if he really feels like that, or if that's just like a mechanism, like a shield. Like, I just want to put this out there to, defend myself from really having to deal with the problem. Right. So that's a real interesting dynamic to think about. But it's like you can't, like, people can push and push, but at some point, nothing gets done until you finally break down and you say, all right, yes, this is a problem and I need to do something about it.
And I agree with that. I think it goes back to, like you said, it's about the personal responsibility. And so I think he hasn't realized that common denominator, that it falls back on him.
Yep.
Because if you look at it, a lot of things he said is always blaming other people for his problems. He's never said it's my fault. And so I think that's one of the big issues. Because if you go back to like when Hurricane Katrina and when he said George Bush don't like black people,
Mm-hmm.
you know, if you think about it, you know what I mean? You know, it's a lot deeper than I think that a lot of people don't want to talk about. I think he's been dealing with this all his life. It's just now he's in the public eye, and so it's out there.
Yeah, and I think it's real important what you said, because that very well could be plausible, like that it has been ongoing even before his mom passed, but that was kind of like to say in regard to, you know, even talking about Katrina, that was kind of like the levee broke, like when his mom died, right? You know?
Right. I
I'm
totally agree.
serious. Like things could have been building up, and then when she died, that levee broke and everything just flooded through, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't necessarily, at that point, you don't necessarily have the people in your life who are guiding you in the right way or understand or even want to deal with it. Because again, like I said, in our community, you know, it's pretty taboo, and especially, you know, you rich, you could easily not want to deal with it. You could easily make it pretty much seemingly go away just because you have money. You can shut people up, you can avoid it, and all of that stuff just by having money. So, you know.
I totally agree with that, man. But on another lighter note, what you guys got going on this weekend?
This weekend, go ahead, man. Yeah, we gonna run over to one of these beaches, Delaware. Yeah.
To this a girlfriend of ours gave us this location that's like less travel, so we packing up for tonight, and we're gonna lay out there all day tomorrow.
Yep.
Nice.
So we're gonna come back. We're gonna be on the pop up next week with sunburn, looking like salmon. We're gonna be pink.
But how's it? But how's it with
Monday? If you get a chance, tune in on the Black Fathers Foundation page. And I don't know if you're in the group, but it's also in Black Fathers, the group on Facebook.
Send me that link into the DM. Send me the link to a DM because I don't think I am.
It's the second episode of our Frontline Fathers. We're talking to dads really on the front line fighting against COVID and also fighting against racial injustice. So,
that's a good conversation, man. I'm excited about that, man.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm gonna send it to you. I hate to have to cut you off, but we are
no.
to the close of the show. So it's 59. We're getting ready to have to skate. But I thank you for joining us. I really do. And
because I think everybody else was scared. I think everybody else was scared to jump on.
Yeah.
I think everybody was shook to jump on.
Right. My hair not dead. You know what I mean? So, it's whatever, right? Uh-oh.
What's that? That's something foul.
That's a sound telling you it's time to wrap it up.
Yeah, but again, thanks again, brother. And we got
no problem, man.
Check you out on all your stuff. Dad is not a now. We appreciate it.
Definitely, man. If you get a chance, real fast, the people that's watching, if you get a chance, just go on to the YouTube page. Dad is not a now.
Yes,
I have a great interview with my homie Marcus Williams. He's a dope illustrator, and he created this what if scenario of if Killmonger won in Black Panther and took over Wakanda. And what happened was T'Challa goes to Zamunda to get help from Akeem from coming to America. And so we have a deep 2-hour conversation, man. Because we did it on IG, and it lasted for 2 hours, and I broke it down to 2 parts on YouTube. So if anyone get a chance, check it out. His illustration is dope. So if you guys definitely check it out.
We definitely will. Thanks again, bro. Have a great
All right,
weekend,
thanks, guys. All right, I'm going back to work now.
All right. All right, folks. So that is our show. Thank you very much for joining us this Freestyle Friday. Dr. Vibe, you are welcome anytime, good brother. So yeah, again, if you haven't been following us on IG, follow us. Also, like the page on Facebook, the Black Fathers Foundation. And there you will find out the information on Frontline Fathers coming on this Monday at 6 p.m. And the website also, blackfathersfoundation.org. Appreciate you. K for Donnie. you coming on at the end of the show. Hate to break it to you, but we gotta go. But check us out on IGTV, and we are out IGTV. Catch the recap. Peace. Have a great weekend, everybody.